What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a title called Pax Autocratica. This is a game that's definitely leaning in the Helldivers direction. Some of their little splashes are like praise the state and whatnot, and it's a game about an autocratic empire trying to hold off a hell of a lot of something. I don't know if it's gonna be robots or aliens or what. The playtest just dropped like yesterday, the prologue or whatever that we're playing right now. And so I don't know a whole lot about this one, but it popped up on my recommendeds, and my recommendeds tend to be pretty on the ball. So I figured we'd play the demo today for about 30 minutes. We'd see if it's something that we like, if it's something that we don't like. Along the way, I'll do my best to give you my first impressions. But the link is down below just in case you wanted to check out the prologue for Pax Autocratica. On top of that, you can also find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down there, many of which are, I was going to say many of which are incredibly helpful, but not really. I was going to say that many of them will make you incredibly rich and wealthy, but nope, that would also be a lie. Let's just boil it down to there's a bunch of links down there that you can click to varying levels of benefit and or possibly deficit. I don't know. Let's enter the Tyrus system and see what this game has going on. We will play on normal difficulty, for that is the difficulty upon which I always play. It's weird, back in the day I used to play every single game on max difficulty, and at some point I just stopped doing that. I think I stopped valuing achievement and I started valuing just my relaxation time, and that's why it all fell over. Can I go to my computer console right here? Alright, so good morning, officer. Please head to the communications panel first and check in with the father. Oh, are you the father? It's been a while, officer. Tales of your distinguished service in the interstellar campaigns have even reached Earth. Though our trust is mutual, protocol requires to complete system verification before we proceed. Understood, father. Enter my name. Okay, that is my name right there. I think it's spelled properly and everything. I'm not going to lose any points on my paper for misspelling my name. Good. I've watched your ambition and progress closely over the years. A matter of critical importance has risen, and this is the reason why I've called you so urgently. You've heard, I assume, that Tyrus is dead. Sure, who's Tyrus? Oh, then your intelligence network rivals Auroria's Ministry of Information. Your grasp of the Tyrus regime only confirms what I saw in you. Tyrus, arrogant enough to name an entire star system after himself, is gone. He held the system in a clenched fist. That fist, Tyrus's empire, was a perfect totalitarian machine, but now he's dead and the machines are cracking. This is a window of opportunity that comes once in a century. The news hasn't broken yet, but it's only a matter of time before the Tyrus system collapses into chaos. And chaos breeds opportunity, father. For centuries, humanity has clung together in Auroria, struggling to survive in a galaxy that was never meant for us. The Earth's lands still harass our borders, power shifts endlessly across the galaxy, threats surround us, too many and too volatile. Humanity must break free of the solar system. We need to expand or we will be consumed, reduced to migrant slaves and fragments. So Splattercat, I need someone proven. Someone I can trust completely, someone who will carry Auroria's flame into Tyrus and make it burn. Okay. Good. This is a mission of magnitude, and chance few are ever given. I expect much. You'll enter the Tyrus system, you'll bring each fractured faction to its knees and deliver them into Auroria's embrace. The outlaws of Elysia, the Sethlari of Arito, the Pem of Chijin. We're just making stuff up at this point, aren't we? When they all lie in ruins, we'll know which of them killed Tyrus, but by then it won't matter. What will matter is that you'll be the one standing at the apex of the Tyrus system. Father and Auroria stand at the summit. You may already know a little about Tyrus, but you'll need to know more. As it happens, a number of Tyrus prisoners were awaiting final judgment. You'll handle that for me. It will help you understand the system and help me see how well you carry my will. Alright, I got some cred chips. What's that machine over there? That machine over there looks really unpleasant. Those look like really, really big needles. Like the enormous ones that they use for blood marrow, or like bone marrow or something. Good morning. Per father's instructions, I've prepared the files of the prisoners requiring your judgment. Begin your review. Jaden Patel, a scientist from the Elysia region of the Tyrus system, leaked wormhole coordinates to the outlaws, charged with endangering the national security of Auroria. Please deliver your final judgment. Treason has no forgiveness. There can be only retribution. Execution. National security is non-negotiable. Father has endorsed your execution decision. The file is submitted. Execution scheduled immediately. Next prisoner file. Alice Robert, a resident of the Arito region, was indoctrinated by the local Settlari cult. She spread the Settlari doctrine of divine sovereignty within Auroria, charged with endangering the ideological security of the people. Execution. The line of thought is absolute. Father has endorsed your decision. The file is submitted. Execution scheduled immediately. Here is the next prisoner file. Oliver Bennett, a resident of Chi-Jin in the Tyrus system, worked as a material transporter for the PEM Genetic Enhancement Lab. As a human, he betrayed Auroria and accepted PEM genetic modification, fantasizing about becoming part of a superior species of the universe. Deliver your judgment. Execution. The filthy xenos must die. Our decision was endorsed in all 3 cases by Father, so I feel like I'm off to a really great start today. My Monday morning is going fantastic. Just black coffee and executions. That's all that we need. Next, oh, there's another one. Paul Drian, his partner, reported him for secretly installing an interstellar communication device at home, suspected of illicit contact with the Varkon. The Varkon are technologically advanced. Their agents are all across the Tyrus. Who would have thought they would reach across the wormhole into the solar system? Just in case. Your proxy tribunal is now complete. Auroria will remember your contribution. A small Ursuline raiding party has been detected damaging the perimeter gate. Confirm the security? All secure. The transmission is at the highest security level and location data was scrubbed in advance. The Ursuline scum have harassed the solar system long enough and they'll do the same in Tyrus. I hear you clashed with them before. Why not pick up a gun and show me what you've got? Brothers, now is the time to purge the Xenos. For humanity. You gave me a pistol? Like, I mean, is the pistol really what we want here when it comes to taking down the Ursuline menace? You couldn't give me, like, I don't know, like a flamethrower or something a little bit girthier? That one's down. So for all their technological superiority, what's an Ursuline look like? Okay, yeah. Oh, he despawned, dude. I was trying to take a look at him and learn more about him, although curiosity is a sign of heresy. I must gird my mind. What's happening over here? Yeah, let's get these dudes. Got that one. Got that one too. Are you guys like, yeah, you guys need to shoot back with me here. They didn't give me a real gun. They gave me like a crappy little pop gun. So, you know, are you guys with me right now? Hell yeah. Fall in, boys. We're heading to the rendezvous point. All right, so what are these right here? What did these do? From these fragments that show up across the battle event, they're rare items that can boost your combat power across the board. Oh, nice, dude. So we can get a electric bouncer core. We can have a 25% chance to launch tracking missiles. Yeah, I want the tracking missiles. I like tracking missiles. Each missile wave fires 1 additional missile. Yep, I'll take that too because we just got freebie missiles. We can also make it so that our missiles slow enemy movement. Every reload will increase your damage by 5% for 5 seconds, stacking 10s. I'll take that. I should probably boost up some of my combat efficiency. Missile damage up by 300% against enemies that have shields. Yeah, let's do that. And then increase missile damage by 25%. Absolutely. Where's my missiles? Do I have to hit something for the missiles to spawn? I don't know. All right, let's head on down this walkway. I don't know what that... Oh, there go my missiles right there. I just pooped at them. All right, sick, dude. I'm going to get around behind these crates. I do wish that I had ADS. I've been shot! Oh, my God, dude. Yep, just keep launching missiles at it. Can I dash or something? I can dash. There we go. I was going to say, I'm taking a lot of, like, tracking hits right now. And apparently I need to learn to lead my targets, too. Throw a grenade at that idiot. There we go. Give him a little bit of something, something. I can't see a damn thing right now, dude. There's so many glows and things occurring. Apparently that was the duration of the battle, though. My Marines and I were successful in the purgation of the filthy Xenos threat. His will be carried out. I apparently successfully repelled the Ursuline. How come you're in red right now? Are you mad at me? Good. You've proven yourself capable, both as judge of matters and as a leader in battle. I mean, to be fair, I fanned the hammer on my 2 key, which was execute them all. but I sort of felt like within the context of this universe, sort of put myself into the mindset of an Imperial Inquisitor, and they never let anybody live. Almost everybody just gets executed on the spot. You know, the Commissariat and the Inquisition, they don't really play around with that nonsense. As you know, Tyrus is not only threatened by Ursulon, there are many local powers we must confront, but Ursulon provides us with a convenient pretext. A pretext? To respond to Ursulon's incursions into the solar system and its neighboring stars, Auroria will enter the Tyrus system. To cleanse the Ursulon menace thoroughly, we will by necessity inspect each region of Tyrus one by one along its stellar routes. Elysia, home of the Outlaws, is the region of Tyrus closest to the wormhole exit. These starborn raiders pillage and burn across systems, driven by a frenzy for conquest. You will establish your forward base in Elysia and deal with these outlaws first. Then I issue your official orders. I hereby appoint Splattercat as leader of Auroria's forward base with supreme authority over all operations within the Tyrus system. So, like, what are we talking about? Are we going to go through, like, a salary negotiation right now? Because I'm thinking high seven figures. That's kind of what I'm thinking, delivered quarterly. I'm running an entire star system, you know what I mean? And if you don't pay me well, I'm going to have to be corrupt. That's just what I'm going to let you know right now. You will fight for the future of the human collective until every region of Tyrus is brought under Aurorian unification. Do you accept this mission? Anything for Auroria. Excellent. When you are victorious, you'll be celebrated as a national hero. I look forward to that day, but for now, begin your preparations for departure. My respects. It's an honor to prepare your ship for launch, future hero of Auroria. Okay, so we've got to design our flag. Which flag here speaks to me? So there's nothing that looks like a number of alien skulls arrayed out in front of crossed AK-47s, which is really what I was thinking for what symbolizes me as an interstellar combatant. So I'm gonna go with the deer, I guess. I don't know, I've always liked deer and boar when they're on sigils, and so I'll take the deer, and then we've got to choose a base color. I mean, that looks very, very nice right there. I think that looks all right. Let's go with the green. Oh, do we want it offset? I think we want it offset a little bit. I think that looks like that fire right there. That's that fuego. All right, let's get it. Excellent. I've received your flag design. I look forward to assisting you again in the solar system. This will be a day of victory for you. Our destination base. We've got the Wasteland. All right, base deployment for Father. For Auroria, leader, advance in Father's name. Auroria has transported you to the Tyrus system using artificial wormhole technology. You're about to land on the planet of Elysia, but the text went too fast because apparently while I was learning military tactics and the systems of governance, I also did not learn how to read fast enough. Back in the saddle. All right, so who are you? You like some kind of big death robot? System malfunction. Unable to restarting. Reboot failed. Rebooting. Identifying operator. Hello, human. You're Aurorian. Father actually sent a human soldier to the Tyrus system after our arrival. Reading your data now. Data recognized. I've always known the Great Father would never abandon humanity's mission to venture beyond the solar system. Are you the 1 in a million leader to command the base? I once believed that we were merely expendable tools sent by the state. When I shut down, I experienced a profound sense of loneliness and an understanding that I would never operate again on this planet. What happened here? During my entire mission cycle, I've been constructing the Aurorian frontline base on this planet. Observation confirms the presence of multiple structures. Construction took approximately 1 year, 5 months, and 3 days. There are a few other robots like me on other undeveloped planets within the Tyrus system, but the communication links with them are inactive. Status updates are unavailable. Due to historical reasons in the Elysian region, there are many raiding fleets nearby. Locals call them outlaws. I'm not powerful enough to take them on by myself, so that's how it ended. The forward base I built is now in ruins, and they looted everything that was here. There should be some usable natural resources remaining nearby. By the Great Father and by Auroria, I can serve the great mission once more. Okay, cool. Leader, my dear leader, we should look around for natural materials first. The command center houses numerous valuable blueprints. The data sets can assist in constructing additional facilities within the base. I still have some basic materials, but we're missing a few titanite. Please give me the order and I will collect some nearby. All right, well, go mine, I guess, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, he's got to go get titanite. Order confirmed, and off he goes with his signature swagger right there. They did so. Is this my landing craft right here? This is my command center. And if I want to repair, I need the 2 titanite, right? That's what I'm going to need. Okay, so we'll get this repaired in just a second. Maybe I'll help him out with the mining process, which it looks like is going along. Yep, I'll start mining too. I think we've got enough titanite to fix the base. We've also got bitter herb over here. Okay, I like how we whip out different tools and they're fully animated for every little thing that we're trying to do. There are AI assets in this game. As we get further and further along into the future, it's just unavoidable at this point. All that I look for at this point is if they're planning on removing it before release. With these guys, they said they are planning on removing it before release, so like, we'll have to wait and hold them to that. Oh, we've actually got to like pump that on in. Oh my god. Great, the command center is now fully operational. System status normal. The command center is for advancing building technology. By assigning researchers, you can unlock the construction of new structures, each with functions. Based on my analysis, we need a warehouse. Your personal carrying capacity is limited, so excess materials will need to be stored there. All right. So building research over here. We've been given access to a tech tree. And we need the Victory Square, and we have the command center over here. What other things do we have? Let's research the warehouse. I've assigned the robot to perform research, but I don't know if that's going to be entirely effective. He's doing what he can do over on this side. Oh, he's already done? That was incredibly rapid. I did not actually expect that. Weapon Research Center sounds good too. Let's make him go do that. And then I need to build this thing. So construction mode. Oh, I've got like a jetpack. Okay, so for that we need tendril logs. Those look like the thing from the picture, so I'm gonna go ahead and just harvest them up real fast. Hopefully we don't come under attack or anything anytime soon. Alright, so I have my warehouse over here. I'll probably just plop that. Let me get it lined up because I'm a stickler for my base being organized. What's the front of the warehouse? There is no green arrow, and thus I am lost in a sea of constructive emotion. Looks like he'll just take care of it if he doesn't have any other tasks, so hell yeah, man, build up that warehouse right there. Just like that, we've got a warehouse. With outlaws running rampant nearby, we need to be prepared for battle before departing. I need weapons. Do a weapon research center for now so that we can get powerful offensive technologies. Okay, what's it gonna take for me to do? Oh, I've already got the stuff. Yay. All right. Just do the weapon research center right there. And now we can craft weapons. It's amazing what you can do with 3D printing technology. Oh, dude, I like the propaganda they've got all over the place. Serve the father, serve the state. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Let me craft a weapon out here. What can we get? So I'm not like super interested in pistols. Do we have a Nebula assault rifle? Yeah, I think that sounds like the jam. Make me a Nebula assault rifle. I will personally craft this gun. Weapons ready. Okay, the gun has been personally created. And now that I have it, we'll slap that on. Seeing the base gradually develop, it's such a wonderful feeling. Arm yourself and commence our base's very first exploration into space. Elysia is the region of the Tyrus system closest to the solar system. It's home to ruthless and bloodthirsty outlaws, as well as many other resource-rich planets. Under your leadership, our influence in Elysia will advance with certainty. Let's begin by achieving 10% unification. Okay. And I thought it might be a wise idea to make a shotgun, too. That way I've got like a close range attack, and I've also got like a long range attack, just in case. I don't know exactly how this scrum with the bandits is gonna go, but we will slap that into position real quick because I think it'll be helpful. After that, we gotta go to our dropship. I already assigned the robot to be my aide on this mission, so I think he should come with me when we go out to fight, but let's go back up to galaxy exploration. There's a lot of mechanics in this game, man. There's like a lot of things. All right, let's go up to Elysia and see what it's got waiting for us. It looks like we can fly around the galaxy. The Outlaws Arena. Okay, let's go see what's up with the Outlaws Arena. We can also zoom super far into like the normal level too. This is level 2 hazard. Okay, so our base is back here and there's a Raider Outlaw post right here. Okay. Let's go get him. Amateurs, do you even know who you're messing with? Spoiler alert, it's me. All right, we're going up against the enemy. Now, does he have a gun? Oh, yeah, he has a very, very large gun. All right, I'm happy with that. What do I order my troops to do right here? Yeah, move up, and then we will engage with these idiots. I'm going to tap out a couple shots on that moron right there. Oh, they are all up on me, dude. All right, they're down, they're down. My homie's spraying and praying bullets back there. I don't know what his HP's gonna look like by the time we get out of here, but the enemy's down. My shield's still holding. All right, they're down. I saw guys drop stuff. He dropped a grenade. I will take a grenade. Oh, there's a bunch of them. The hell are those, dude? There's like bouncy balls everywhere. Got that one. She's still up on her feet, though. Let's give her the old clickety-clack. Ugh, the filthy xenos powers, dude. You hate to see it. Just calling upon the warp in order to do blasphemous things. I hate it. All right, core fragment storage pod. 25% chance to launch tracking missiles. Every attack has a chance to trigger electric bouncers, which jump in between targets. Or we can get the luck assurance core. Your next core fragment is guaranteed to contain a purple fragment. I'll take the bouncy ball bullets. That sounds good. What's this right here, like ammo restoration? Okay, let's get some ammo restoration. Is there anything that I can pick up from this location? Like, is there loot around, I suppose? Oh, I can ADS, dude? I gotta mess. I feel like my sensitivity is way off right now. And we got $898, and we got 4 standard gravity anchors. I'm guessing those are used for building in space, like around the gravity well of a planet, but I don't really know. Every time, like, this game's got so many mechanics so far. Under your leadership, the base has begun to make a name for itself in Elysia. Remarkably, when you hit 10% unification progress, the program reactivated 2 soldiers long dormant beneath the base ruins. They have returned and are awaiting your orders at Victory Square. After completing their enlistment ceremony, they will begin serving the base. Inspired by your leadership, it will continue to grow ever stronger. The state-installed base construction guidance protocol, this is an ideal moment to restore the Victory Square. It is a key structure for issuing directives. As the base population increases, so too does the necessity of thought management. In such circumstances, establishing comprehensive directives for soldiers working in each building is a key measure to ensure the base's stability. All right, well, I kind of like want to get down and like fight with some guys more. What happens if I go down to this planet right here? Like, what can the planet have underneath it? A vibrant asteroid bustling with wild PEMs and thriving ecosystems. I can explore it? Oh, we gotta do like a mini game. All right, well, it looks like I gathered a whole bunch of resources, so that's pretty sick. There's also a debris pile over here. Let's go see if we can get that real fast. Debris pile. Oh no, dude, I'm bad at debris. I'm bad at debrising. There's another raider outpost over here. I don't know if I want to do that or not. Is it a good idea to go do that, or should I follow what the game is? Let's go see what other mechanics look like real fast. Like, really, the goal of this video is just to lay out all the mechanics of this title in front of you so that you can get some rough idea what's in here. But honestly, this is like one of those titles where the scale of it, they just decided to put in all the mechanics. Like, this game has Papers, Please mechanics to it where you're deciding on executions and things. It's got base building mechanics. It's got like gathering mechanics, roguelite mechanics where you're building up bonuses on your weapons on each run. And so this is your very own base, Auroria's Frontline and the Tyrus system. So we had a 4-hour campaign against, oh cool, we like leveled up and stuff, and then there's all the things that we brought back during our campaign. Your continued activity across the base and the stars earned you enough experience to level up. From what I understand, every level up will give you attribute and skill points. Attribute points enhance your overall capabilities, while skill points are tied directly to your chosen profession. According to the Command Center's database, the base includes a specialized facility for managing professions and skills, the Profession Bureau. For your long-term growth, I suggest we begin its research and construction right away. All right. Oh, there's day and night cycles, too, and whatever the hell that creepy thing is over there that's wandering around. Where are my 2 soldiers? It said that I got new soldiers, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so in order to enlist these guys, we've actually got to, like, make the Independence Square thing. Looks like maybe I build over on this side, because it's not inside my blueprint list. And so, yeah, repair the Victory Square. Let's go. Hell yeah. Definitely like a Starship Troopers / Helldivers inspiration to this game. That's what I'm feeling out of it. Not necessarily a 40K direction, but definitely a Helldivers Starship Troopers direction. Okay, let's view the dashboard for this thing, and I will pick through what we can accomplish here. So the Profession Bureau is actually back here, but I don't know how to get to it. Oh my god, there's even more researches. I didn't realize how many there was gonna be. I didn't realize that it scrolled, man. I didn't realize that it scrolled. There's so many things that we need to research right now in order to make ourselves the best dystopia that we possibly can. Definitely research a little bit of armor. That would be a good idea. Can I enlist them now? I'm looking forward to joining the base. You're enlisted. How come everybody's so much taller than me, man? Shouldn't I be like the biggest, tallest guy here? Warhammer 40k has a rule. The guy without a helmet and the guy that's the biggest and the tallest is always the one in charge. Weirdly enough, humans kind of follow orc rules, but don't say that too loud next to the Inquisitor.
Will be done.
Alright, well these guys are apparently just popping a squat and catching a nap the second that they joined the army. Enlistment was very exhausting. I'm gonna go give them a job inside of here researching the buildings that we're gonna need in order to make this stuff happen. Some of my soldiers are apparently cold, so they're gonna need shelter. At some point, we're gonna have to build up a barrack around here in order to make this whole thing function. I'm just gonna help out with the research personally, and hopefully we get there. And just like that, it's all done. What other buildings can I research? This one gives me armor, and I would like to have armor, so let's upgrade our armor. It looks like we can also research a prison block. Where's the shelter, though, for all of our people? Barracks. It's right there, and it holds 2 people. All right, let's research everything. I don't know if we can queue things, but it looks like we can just jump straight into it. All right, so that's all good to go. And each of these little guys, they have like a character sheet that has all of their stats, and it has like traits and things that you have to pay attention to. It also has a relationships tab, so apparently we can get down and dirty with some of our followers if we really, really want to. Or maybe they get down and dirty with each other. I'm not really too sure. Let's build the barracks first and foremost. I would like people to have a place to live, but it looks like I'm going to need quite a bit more metal in order to make that function. I've distributed all of my soldiers to chop down trees and harvest all the stuff that I'm going to need in order to like build up the base. So I think we've just got to wait a minute until they're all ready to go. I don't know how fast they bring in stuff, but they need to bring it in faster. Let's get this barracks done, dude. That's what I'm trying to do. We have enough for a barracks now so that they all have a place to live. I'll probably just squat it in. I don't even know where to put it, man. Let's make a little housing sector, maybe over here. There we go. All right, let me build this thing on up. Oh, and it looks like they drop what they're doing to help out with construction. Sick, dude. I mean, that's not much of a barracks. I don't know, man. I thought that it was going to be a walkway down into a bunker, but it's like 2 fainting couches pushed inside of a dystopian concrete enclosure. Huh. We already have the 2 residents inside of there, so they're getting stamina back for participating and actually being well rested. The sun is rising on this terrifying, hostile-looking planet. The tentacles are moving, I think. That thing might actually be alive, and I hate it. I do have the stuff for a profession bureau, but it's kind of big. Where should I put it? I'm going to put it right there. And it does look like it clears out all the terrain and everything when you place stuff, which is also a really nice feature. I hate it when there's like grass and rocks and stuff just clipping through my buildings. That annoys me in games. It's not one of those things that I like to see. All done. The Profession Bureau is complete. It oversees your professional paths and skill systems and accelerates your advancement. I'm looking forward to the day you stand at the peak of your profession. Okay, so I leveled up. That means I more than likely have points to play around with here. I can only be a field sergeant for right now. It doesn't look... Oh, I can be those other things. Okay, well, I have a critical hit rate of 5% now. Or 5% more than whatever it was previously. It's kind of hard to tell what's open for selection right now. I mean, I'm getting used to the fact that normally if things are redded out in a game, that means that you can't do them yet. Whereas in this game, if they're redded out, it just means you haven't picked them yet. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Instead, what I would recommend is have them be the normal color, but have them have maybe like a metal grid around them. And when you click on it, it goes crank and it like breaks off and falls away off screen. That way you know that you've unlocked it. But hey, the Profession Bureau. I have done things professionally. They also want me to complete high-pressure labor policy. Okay. High-pressure labor. There it is. Yeah, we'll just research it ourselves. Our administratum is done with the new technology. Very well. Now you can research and enact building directives to change how soldiers do their duties across all facilities. Issue a directive for one of the base's buildings and see your will carried out. Looks like I can turn it on right here through the edit button. The building directive you enacted has been carried out. Everyone will follow the course you have set for the base without question. Under the protection of you, our leader in the base, we soldiers now have access to air, light, and water and a secure place to sleep. If a barracks could be built for the troops, they would feel even stronger. Okay, providing them with a place to rest and heal. Yeah, I already did that. They want me to build a prison now so that we can capture aliens and do unspeakable things to them until they tell us where their friends are at. And so I think we may have to get that done. The prison is right here. I saw it earlier. And so we'll resume that research real fast. And we researched so fast that, like, why spend time reassigning people to go do this stuff, you know? There we go. I do have attribute points, which mean that I can apply them to stuff. Maybe I'll go with just a little bit more damage, I guess. That sounds good. Does it stay? It does stay until you close down the window. There was no confirm button or anything else. The other thing that I have researched is I can make an armory. I think that's a really good idea so that I can get new guns and equipment and all kinds of stuff from my troops. Might be helpful. We don't want to send them out there wearing burlap sacks or anything. Like, we want them to be in that full-on power armor. It is very expensive to make equipment, though. So I'll start production of a Doom Guy helmet over here, and we'll just kind of like see how that lands. All right, Doom Guy helmet has been manufactured. So we'll throw that on real quick. No real change in the way that our character looks. It looks like we can get different exosuits, though, which is kind of badass. And this is giving us 3 armor. What does 3 armor do for me? It looks like it just reduces the damage we take by 9%, which means we actually end up with like 30 or 40% mitigation once we have the full set made. I kind of want to go back to space, and I kind of want to go whoop on some kids real fast throughout the galaxy. That way, we get like a little bit more combat in here. Bring Winona with us, dude. Let's bring Winona along. How do I see her equipment? Or does she just have standardized equipment? I don't actually know where I look at her equipment right now. There's so many different systems in this game that sometimes just finding the thing that you want to give to somebody might be a bit of a pain. All right, back out to the dropship. Let's go to space and let's whoop on some cats real fast. I need one more battle under my belt until I give you my closing thoughts, but I'll probably do them while we're fighting and shooting the enemy. So this is definitely one of those games that has a shoot for the moon policy going for it. And what I mean by that is some games just aim high, and Pax Autocratica feels like it's aiming high. It feels like they couldn't decide what mechanics to put inside of their game, so they went with all of the mechanics. As of right now, it sits as kind of a mixture of something like Freeman Guerrilla Warfare, maybe Mountain Blade Bannerlord, and then there was like a very, very small title like years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, called Genesis Alpha 1, that it reminds me of as well. The downside is Genesis Alpha 1 kind of failed to pull off all of the same ideas that this game right now is actively pulling off. And I think that's cool, but there's so many moving parts with this game that I can't help but feel like I haven't gotten to them all yet. I'm doing my best right now in closing, but this is a base building, survival, colony management, roguelite influence survival RPG where half of those different genres are the progression part of the game, and then the other half is gameplay from something that we've seen like RoboQuest, where we go to different installations, different maps, and we blast the enemy. The base is representing your roguelite progression, and I don't think that goes away as far as I can tell, and you're just trying to build your base up to the point where you can push further and further on out into the galaxy with the resources and buildings that you have. I love the dystopian nature of the game, leaning into like the Warhammer 40k, Helldivers, or Starship Troopers vibe that the game has, where we are very much kind of the bad guys in this story. I always dig settings like that. The mechanics that I've seen so far are all at least adequate to good, which I think is actually a solid foundation for a game that's not out yet. Building feels intuitive. There is some menu bloat when it comes to logistically enacting policies, organizing your soldiers, but it hasn't really been a headache to pick up on the fly as a first-time blind player, and I think that's actually a really, really good sign for the navigation of just all the different systems that you need to be organizing. From there, the shooting and the combat on the road roguelite side of the game. They feel modern enough to work. I do feel like impacts on enemies could be punchier, more violent, more bloody, more visceral, but the combat is in a functional spot right now. I'd like to see more environmental destruction, gore, chunks being knocked out of the side of buildings while you're throwing grenades and fighting, emotiveness for both your allies and enemies when they're taking shots and also firing them off. Could go up in order to create a more immersive environment, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with the finalized version of the game. The progression pushing out into the galaxy isn't really anything that we've seen before. It's basically RoboQuest. You work your way through a number of maps, you kill everything, and then you get a roguelite bonus, and hedge your bets that that'll be enough for you to defeat like a stronger space station that's further out. In between that, you have a spackling of different nodes and planets and stuff like that you can harvest for resources that go back to your base after the run is over. It's pretty standard fare stuff for the roguelite genre, and it works, and I think the hybridization is what's going to make this game non-typical. Visually, I think the game looks great, and it does it without bad performance. The AI placeholders for a lot of the artwork and whatnot, they need to go in order for this game to have its own unique artistic identity, but as of right now, the environments that I've seen have been glossy, saturated. Despite the long sightlines and impressive backgrounds, there hasn't been any visual lag or problem that I could note. There are a lot of load screens, though, when you're moving in between stuff, but that kind of feels unavoidable with all the assets that the game's going to be pumping out and also loading up for you out of memory. I would like to see the soldiers naturally take cover without orders, so if I give them a follow order and we're fighting next to like a HESCO or sandbags or some kind of actual cover, I would like to see them get behind that and lean out from behind it and crouch behind it and pop up and fire at the enemy more realistically, just to amplify both their effectiveness in combat and also the immersiveness of being a leader that's leading from the front with all of your troops behind you. But for now, it's fine. Most of the animations that I've seen do feel pretty heavy. They feel pretty good, like mining, researching. They all feel good, and their animations are all distinct from one another, which is nice to avoid that stale, bland thing that a lot of games have where it's just you sit there and stare at the thing while a meter fills up. I'll be keeping an eye on this one. It's such a massive melange of different ideas and gameplay tropes and ideas that I'm almost required to like it just based on how plucky the game is with its own novelty. It's got a very optimistic sense of scale to it, but time will tell whether or not they pull it off. But for right now, it's looking like they have a rosy future. We'll see what happens with the final version. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today it was Pax Autocratica. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Thanks for hanging out with me, and that's about all I got for you, folks. Bye.